Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Katrina and I do like sewing videos. Sometimes I show my cat, or sometimes we do knitting or yarn related, and today is one of those days, which is super exciting because if you know, oh see look, spoilers, but if you know, today and this weekend is Knit City Vancouver, which also happens to fall on my birthday weekend, like pretty much does every year. So I kind of went a little buck wild, but let me tell you how that went. So this year I kind of went in with more of a plan to kind of, I think it's a great opportunity to try new things or explore lots of different things, because like local yarn shops don't often have necessarily different, or like some places do, but it's hard to find really specific, interesting, different things. So I feel like this is a great opportunity to try out some maybe different fibers or different things, different dyers that would be harder to find like elsewhere. Or you could get them online, but it's nice to be able to touch things in person and kind of see how they are and feel them out and kind of gauge that. So anyway, my plan was to look at Surrey alpaca because I've never really tried it or given it much thought. I always was kind of like, oh, mohair's the way to go. I started to realize that mohair is actually kind of itchy for me. So I was like, well, maybe let's just give the Surrey alpaca a chance. And so that was one of my goals. And then another goal was to look into BFL, which, if you don't know, because I didn't know, is blue-faced Leicester, which is a type of sheep. And it's really popular now, and so I wanted to explore that. So that was another goal. Angora, if people had it. I wasn't planning on buying any because I think it's really expensive, but I wanted to go touch it at least if I could find some at someone's booth. And then trying not to buy like single skein things that I can't use for projects. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll knit socks here and there or single skein projects, but in reality I already have a few skeins that would work for that, and I want to find something that I can make like realistic projects that I like. Anyway, with all that being said, let me show you how it went. We're going to Knit City, but I gotta get Tim Hortons first. This is stupid. Okay. I haven't vlogged in a while, so I'm nervous. I'm gonna get breakfast, drive down there, and then I'll tell you my game plan. Then we'll go in. I forgot to tell you my plan, so I'm just gonna do a voiceover. Originally, I wanted to check out the Knit City exclusive yarn, but I didn't get here in time, so I just beelined it to Sunday Fiber Co. I wanted to go to this booth first because I absolutely love their colorways. They're just so soft and simple and pastel and just like everything that I really love. Then I came across this dyer that I didn't really know before, but they're called Ancient Arts, and they organized their colors in a rainbow, which was so beautiful. And then I don't remember what this brand was called, but their colors were really pretty. And then I stumbled across this hand spun yarn, and I love like the changes in thickness and the colors. It's so cool. I thought this dyer had beautiful labels, and they also had set up a light above so you could see the colors properly, which was really helpful because some of the areas at Knit City were a little bit dark and it was hard to see some colors. Then this booth happened to have so many swatches of like almost every colorway, I'm pretty sure, which was so smart and so helpful for me. Like, you can really see how everything is gonna look when it's knit up, which is really cool because sometimes it looks really beautiful in the hank, but you might not prefer the way it looks knit up. So this is perfect for that. Now this, I don't really know what it is or what it's for, so please let me know in the comments if you know what this is about. I loved how subtle these hanks were. They're so gorgeous. And then I ended up making my way to Black Cat, and wow, their colorways are amazing. Like, there were so many that I fell in love with and I wanted to buy some so badly, but I already spent so much money at this point in the trip, and I just had to admire them and take videos of them so I could remember how beautiful they were. Next we have Myrtle Yarn, and they give me a similar vibe to Sunday Fiber Co. with their really soft, subtle, beautiful colorways. I feel so bad because I don't remember the name of this booth, but they had a section where you could test knitting with their yarn to see how you like the feel, and that was really fun. Then I checked out Destero Ranch, and you guys, this roving was baby wool, and it was so soft. It felt like touching a cloud. It wasn't even real. And right across from that, there was this booth. I don't remember what it's called, but I thought this was like untreated wool, but it was a sheepskin, so I was a little bit like thrown off. But they also had these little containers of, I think this is untreated wool. It's like ready for you to prepare for roving, I suppose. And then there was this really pretty roving from Bramble Ridge, and I was so inspired by all the roving at this point that I ended up trying spinning there. I don't recall who was running it, but there's a little section set up with people teaching whoever wanted to learn how to spin, and I got to make this little piece, and it was super cool. Overall, I had such a great time for my little birthday treat to myself, and saw some really cool knits, really pretty charms, and some things that were a little bit interesting, but overall it was a really great time. I just got back and Luna wants to smell everything. Probably smells like sheep and alpaca. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, no, don't lick it. No, 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 no. Actually, this one, oh, it's so soft. This matches Luna. Look at that. It's like a perfect color match. What do you think, Luna? No, 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 girl. She's so excited. No, 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 don't bite it. She's so crazy. Now let's talk about what actually happened, what actually went down. I knew that the very first booth I wanted to hit up was Sunday Fiber Co. because she is local to my hometown, I guess, home city. And I really love her colorways and the way she dyes yarn. I'll try to show some examples, but it's very subtle colors and very soft, and I think it's the one hand-dyed yarn that I can get away with or kind of like feel comfortable using. I think a lot of times they're really fun and really pretty to look at, but not really practical for making actual garments. But Sunday Fiber Co., she does a great job making colors that for me feel really usable with what I like to wear. So let's get into what I did there. And then this kind of touches on my other goal too of trying out Surrey alpaca. So here it is. It's very pretty. It was there was two colors that I was looking at. This one, the one I ended up going with, is called Ranunculus. And then there was another one called Water Balloons, I think. And that one was just a little bit brighter in the coloring. But I thought this was just a little bit softer, a little bit more subtle, a little bit more neutral. And I really liked that about it. And I ended up getting 3 skeins of this. Originally I wanted to get 4 so I would have a sweater's quantity because I wanted to hold this with like maybe just a white plain like less expensive yarn like a drops or something to make a sweater, maybe like the Ingrid sweater or Twist and Loops sweater. And then I realized that'd be really expensive for one sweater and that was kind of silly, which I guess I kind of contradict myself later, you'll see. But anyways, I decided to go with 3 and then I was like, I'll make a pullover. So that was a good compromise, a little bit of self-restraint, but still have some fun. So my plan for this is to hold it with something else. I'm holding it up to the microphone like it's gonna say something like, what? Like you'll be able to feel it somehow. But anyways, my plan is to make the Moby sweater with this. Or not Moby sweater, the Moby... Oh my god, I can't talk today! The Moby pullover. And use like a white yarn to hold with this, and I think it'll just add like a little bit of subtle different colors, and I think that'll be super cool. So I'm so excited about this. And then the other thing that I talked about that I wanted was to try BFL. And this is the great part about being able to touch everything and experience it in person without buying it. So I saw some BFL and I went to different booths and different ones and I touched it and looked at it, and all the dyers dyed such beautiful colorways. They look so amazing, but the yarn is a little bit rougher than merino and a little bit toothier, I guess. And it's just not something that where I'm at right now is something I'd want to necessarily knit with. I think later on that might interest me more, but for now I'm in my really soft era. And like this The suri is so soft. Like, these feel like little kittens. These are so cute and soft, and I'm so excited to knit with these. So yeah, we're in my soft era, and so that was a great opportunity to be like, you know what? I'm not gonna buy this, even though I planned on wanting to explore that. So I'm happy that I showed some self-restraint there. I don't know how I'm gonna approach this next part. It seems like I bought a lot, and I kind of bought a lot of skeins, but in the same, like in sweater quantities. So it's not super exciting of like one thing here, one thing there, but I have a lot of great footage that you saw before this of the booths and everything there and things like that. So it was really fun just to go check out, and I wish I could have bought all the yarn, but I tried to allow myself to enjoy it like a piece of art and not have to buy everything and not have to use everything. So this next one, and I kind of spent more than I maybe wanted to or like planned on originally, but I justified it with it being my birthday weekend. Like, whatever, this is my gift to myself, so that's fine. So how am I going to talk about this next one? I guess I'll show you different yarns. So this is the Spinster's Daughter, sport weight, 100% superwash American wool. I don't know if there's a colorway. Fugitive. I don't know what that means. It's kind of similar to what I'm wearing. I'm wearing blouse number 1 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. I think I've been into purples and things lately. Purples and greens. Not at the same time, but I have been into those colors lately. Anyways, here's another one. Maybe you'll know where I'm going with this when I pull the next one. Okay. This is Spin Cycle Yarns, dyed in the wool. This is called Wild Horses. I didn't realize that when I got it. Oh, that's really sweet. For some of you may know, I used to ride horses, but I can't really right now because of circumstances. So yeah, that is really sweet. And these are all obviously dyed in the wool, and then they're spun. And so I think they are hand spun from what I was getting at when I was talking to the people at the booth. And I don't know, I think the colors are so interesting and really cool, but this is something I would have never picked for myself. I wouldn't go up to this and be like, oh, that's exactly what I want. But you'll see what the plan is in a moment. So anyway, I think all these colors are really cool. Very nice. And then the last one, Farmer's Daughter Fibers. What is this called? Winter Wolf? Also so pretty. Is this a wolf or is this an alpaca? It looks like a hybrid between the two. But anyways, this is just like a really pretty gray color. And I love it. So now I'll explain why these all seem random. But these go together, and you might be thinking, what? Like, those are kind of random, and I would have never picked this for myself, but I saw a sweater that was a sample knit up, and I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. This is amazing. These are colors I would never pick to put, oh, sorry. Yeah, so what I was saying is these are never colors I would pick myself, let alone to put together. I would never pick these to go together, but I saw this sample there, and it was so beautiful, and it was these exact colors. And for whatever reason, when these all come together, it makes such a beautiful, balanced, beautiful color palette. And I am a graphic designer as a job, and I love picking color palettes and I love finding things that go together, but I think when it comes to fibers, it's a whole different ballgame because it almost blends more together, especially with the type of color work in certain patterns, because it's also small. So when you look from further away, it kind of becomes its own new thing. So I like to take inspiration from what other people do with their colors, because it's not something that I would normally think of. And this is one of those cases. But anyways, this is to make this is so silly. This is to make the Rhinebeck sweater for this year. I can't remember. Now I'm gonna have to look it up what it's called. Oh yeah, okay, this is called the Tessellated Pullover. And if you probably follow Nitty Natty, but if you don't, she's been working on a tessellated sweater. And I didn't even click in my brain that these were the same because everyone's doing such fun different colors that I didn't even think that these would be the same. So I started to realize when I was at the booth, like they were talking like, yeah, this is the Rhinebeck sweater for this year, and this is Andrea Murray, and I'm like, oh, that's why everyone has one, and it's like a whole thing, and it's like, I get it. It's a club that I'm not a part of, but this is like kind of an onlooker. I'm not going to Rhinebeck this year. I have no plans on going to Rhinebeck this year. It was just on a whim of like, oh my god, I love this, I need to make this, basically. And just happened, and I feel bad because I was totally copying this one person there that they were very sweet, and they were like I was like, can I like show me the exact colors you used, because I want to do that exactly, and I hope that's okay. And they're like, no, yeah, that's cool, like here's all the exact colors that I use. And I'm sure it'll turn it a little bit different too, because with these ones, like they're all, what's it called, spun, and they're all super random and different. They're all hand spun. So that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna be making a Rhinebeck sweater and not going to Rhinebeck, because that makes sense. I don't know. It was just exciting, and I walked by that sample twice, and I was like, holy moly, that is so cool. And like, who would have like picked I'm so amazed by their color choices, honestly. And now I'm really excited. I kind of want to do this right away, even though I have other projects going on, but I want to make a swatch right away and start working on this. And it's really cool with the little Surrey parts. There's like little fluffy parts in the pattern. So anyways, it's very fun. That's everything that I got. Like I said, I got like a bunch of these. But I hope you enjoyed the footage that I got at all the booths. Everyone was super nice and friendly, and it was really cool. It's just a great positive overall community. So that was really nice. Also, the colorway this year of Knit City Vancouver, it was like the exclusive colorway. It was by Sunday Fabrico, which I already talked about loving her. And I kind of was just like tired, and I slept in today, so I didn't really get there at opening. I got there at 10, and that was already sold out. I already saw people going up and asking, and they're like, oh yeah, that's sold out like right away. So because there was only 40 made. So there was like, what a dumb idea in my head that I thought that maybe I'd have a chance to buy that. It was like, no shot. I had to be there at like 5 in the morning or whatever to get in on that. But anyway, really happy with that. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but for me this is a lot. And I'm really happy that I chose things that I have actual plans for instead of just like buying things randomly. And yeah, that was my experience. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see more of this, or if you have any other video suggestions for me. I'd love to hear. I'm sorry for people who are consistent viewers that I've taken such a long break. I have been very busy, but I'm also working on some more patterns that I'm writing, so stay tuned for those. And I just released a pattern this month for it's kind of a summery top, but I think it works well for fall and spring as well. But it's called the Birch Vest, so if you want to check that out, that would be super helpful, and I'd really appreciate that, and I'd be really grateful for that. So anyway, thank you so much for being here, and we'll chat soon.